Let's get this party started, people. Hey, how y'all doing tonight? Welcome to the show. We're back. Well, I should say I'm back, cause as we're here and we're featuring yet another week of Florida lockdown. It has now been 2 months. Well, I'm sorry. No, it's week 10. It's 2.5 months. You believe this shit? 2.5 months of. I mean, basically, we should really just be calling it, like, NAS, which is what he called it in the first place. Because, I mean, this just utterly ridiculous. Just, I don't understand. I don't know. I'm never going to understand. So, just just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. How y'all doing, people? I'm here. We're featuring some stuff. How y'all doing on your one-a-days? Day 118. Pretty sizable fleet. 1/3 of the way there, almost officially. Doing pretty good, eh? Doing pretty good. These planes are, hopefully if you've got that many, obviously it's a sizable amount, not to be, I mean, any one of you at this point, if you did follow along, and especially if you didn't build Pry-Fly versions of it, really should, this should be it, you know what I'm saying? This should be, like, you now have a force. And hopefully it's not like 118 of the same planes. I mean, if you try to build 5 different designs, hell, give us a little shout out and we'll try to sign you up and become an official member of IVPAC. We'd like to expand. We'd like to expand to anybody that, wants to get out there. So, yeah, whatever you have to do, really, COVID, you need some kind of excitement in your life. It's 2021, but it's year 2 of COVID, and should technically be year 3, but, what's going on, pal? How you doing, man? You hanging in there all right? I'd like to speak at you from the frozen tundra. It is a balmy single degree today. It's nice. I don't know if that would be a loose term. I wouldn't call it nice, but people are out there in shorts. Welcome to Wisconsin. I don't know, but so we're gonna feature the strikers, and I wanted to get into this real quick right away because 70 plus. Man, dude, I admit that single digits is a little bit cold, but I've also got like 1.5 feet of snow on the ground, and I enjoy winter. So like I'm bundled up. It's a nice balmy 70, and actually it's 68. I like 68 in the house. It's comfy. But like I wouldn't know if I went outside, So ain't nobody got time for 10 weeks of bullshit non talking, but hey, let's not be mincing words here. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, so I got a chance to fly these inside and outside. I guess I'm gonna be. I could allude into the strikers because a Banshee is a close range striker, but Banshee is like with this Type 3X or 4X, I should say. Actually, no, I'm not gonna call it. I'm probably gonna 4E. This thing is no longer a close range striker. This a close range attacker or supporter. This is definitely like crossing into strike territory. It's not. It's slightly different than typical ones. So. Yeah, you gotta have it worse than Pow does, eh? Yeah, man, dude. I seen the weather down there. I mean, like, seriously, I came home, driving home. The car said -3, and I saw this girl moving stuff into and out of her, like, truck wearing shorts. I mean, like, dude, I mean, maybe she came from a workout because they were, like, the shorty shorts that were kind of, like, spandexy and stuff, but I was like, okay, I might have been coming back from, 20K bike ride and shit like that, but I don't think I'd be shorting in this weather. No. No. But, what I'm saying is I got a nice fire going. I got a nice heater on. It's pretty. It's pretty. But I can't like keep it all on at the same time because, again, I like it at about 68. You keep it any warmer than that, like the temperatures you're at, and it's like you won't adapt to it. So you got to keep it down a little bit, You can't be all like that. thought you was in a house now. What do you mean you own flying place? You got your own flying place? I mean, kind of, you know. Like, it wasn't like the apartments anyway, so you got your own flying place. So, I had an interesting question put to me about, somebody placed an order and requested an aircraft, and I'm not going to go into it this show, because I really want to concentrate on the strikers and stuff, but, and what Banshee's going to do, but it's like, you know, what you expect out of your plane. So I'll get into that like next week. But it presented an interesting proposition, I thought. So, well, but we rolling out these though. Hey Ben, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. How y'all doing over there in your neck of the woods? Probably warm for you too, maybe. I guess I don't know. Not enough for long range. Dude, seriously, I don't want enough range for my long ranges. Me personally, I like being able to like get over into everybody else's range, if you know what I'm saying. Because I like being able to, if I can, with like, and as you know this, javelins or phases, I like to step out of my front porch and like having my plane go into my neighbor's yard, possibly come back out. That's the ultimate goal of the strikers, as we call them, the interdictors. And of course, if you've got like, you know, longer reach, longer range, but ultimately we're striving for that. So I keep expanding mine, especially with this Banshee. Like I said, this Banshee, which I mean originally like Type 1 was short range, close range, but like now it's way beyond that, and I keep like stretching, expanding it. So he ain't gonna be doing it down south. He wants to do it up here. So, you know, like, just more Illinois bastards coming up here to buy up more of our state. I swear to God. You don't see anybody striving to buy any kind of land in Illinois because, man, seriously, fuck that state. Ah, man. But anyway, the strikers. Okay, so, strike, as you know, IVPAC, all encompassing role. We're talking like from the short range, and I'm going to use my little graph here, from the shortest range, the supporters, which only go about this far, to scale, okay, this is a yard. Short range, you know, like your supporters going to here, this first 5, then your attackers, which cover pretty big boundary here, going about this far. This is, say this is home, this thick ass line here, so you're going about to here, and you're going about to here, and then you expand into like actual strike, the interdictors, the penetrators, which go out to here and beyond. So, and anything in between. And since strike is considered the offensive weapon, that's the one that actually, it's like, you know, how far you want to go, how far you need to go, how far you're doing stuff like that. So, I kind of like the fact that, like, you start out small and get bigger. You start out short range and get bigger. You know, you start out flying bus and it falls at your feet, but you eventually build something that goes like way the hell out there. That shit's cool. I like that. So I don't know. They're man, you guys are dogs, man. So the short range, if you have a small yard, your apartment yard is going to work, right? Anything from medium range to long range, like these acres that they're talking about, better have something to be able to cover it and then cover out of it, you know, so you can stop attacks and so on and so forth. I'd like to think that there's some planes out there that broach this on a regular basis without thermals, without outside power. So, I mean, I got some pretty good planes myself, and I could probably, you know, approach those. I'm not really... I don't think I can get one. I don't think I need to get one like all the way out there far because I don't want to lose a plane. You know, certain planes I lose, but it comes with the territory, I suppose. You know, you're not sweating it too much. But anyway, so alluding to that, I got the Banshee going on over here. And I got these two particular. I built these like the last couple of days. This one's today's model. This one was like 5 days ago. last week. And this thing, like, okay, they're based off the Type 3 and probably more Type 4. And if you can see them, you could tell that, like, maybe I should hold them towards the camera a little bit more easier to tell the ideas there. So what I've got rather, is they've taken the trimming. I've actually trimmed them up. I'm not going for the straight edge, like we've gone with the swept edge. But obviously you could see the major difference is we're talking about like the leading edge cut for the Dale here, and then starting out with this, I've got like about a full inch of leading edge from wingtip to the cut, whereas this one's only got about, that's a half inch. So that must be like, Jesus, an inch and a half. See, but that's the thing that stands out the most, obviously. A couple other subtle nuances I'm not going to consider like tech with these particular birds, which is like the cuts in the trailing edge there where the rudder area is. Like you see, that one's got like the jagged edge, where this one's just got the flat. This is more standard, but I've been doing this a lot because I like having that much to play with. But with these, this one hasn't got a tape leading edge here. This one does, but this one also has, if you could see it, this one's actually carrying a paper clip. Yeah, you guys, seriously, get them into these rubber banding. Oh, and Robert, that's why I was actually getting into this. Like, okay, this paper clip. All right, I want to expand upon this. Somebody talked me into making it. This one here, you see where the paper clip is? Like, okay, when you started out, I've got 2 staples in this thing already. Mark, you're gonna love that. You're like Mr. No Staple. I mean, I'm not either. Don't get me wrong. I'm Mr. No Staple either. I don't really like doing it, but I'm gaining fondness to it. But this thing, okay. This paper clip, like, it tucks into one of the staples. This completely... why are you stuck, you piece of crap? This paper clip, like, changes this plane. It's really amazing. If I were to fly it with what you would normally do, like sticking out like this, it would still stunt. It would still stay probably medium range. But I have taken to, after he pointed this out, flying it with... You son of a bitch. It's pissing me off. Okay, get in there, you whore. Get in there. There you go. I've taken it to flying it like that. And for some odd reason, I know the reason, but it changes the center of gravity and still adds the weight, like, off to an invisible nose. And then all of a sudden, this thing it flies. It expands its range quite, like, ridiculously. I don't know if that's something I want to actually put, like, it's like putting a radome out there. Do I want to cap this? And cover it and keep, or like, I don't want to change Banshee like that. This is part of Banshee's, like, identity, is having that type of nose. So I don't want to point it all of a sudden with these, but it is amazing what just shifting this paper clip does. Putting it in and keeping it like you would normally do it. It flies good, but not nearly as good as it does when this thing is jacked all the way out. And it stays down there because it lands quite well with it out. So, and obviously it's removable, but I do tuck it into one of the staples. It's like a bayonet. Yeah, I don't want a nose on it either. But the other step to it is, we all know, y'all don't know, but the fins have to be upright. They cannot be below. That sucks. So the fins have to be upright. But this one also, with the other new tech I was trying to point out, is if you'll notice the fold that I keep here off the ridge, that's actually part of it. It's like triangulating to keep the forewing off and create the other secondary wing pocket. That's actually part of it as well. This expands. I haven't really tested as to what it does, but the plane really does like having those there. This one with the shorter version, this one also has that. So it's tucked off. Basically, it's just folding into others. The wing pocket that was normally cut straight, I folded down in because it got cut off with this. I did a Longhorn variant with those tucked up. Didn't really like that very much, but it does seem to like them tanked down like that. So that's new, as well as what this one has is a couple of additional horns, I guess you can call them, which it also seems to like down. I don't really play with those as much. You can kind of see those. But, yeah, basically that. it influences the flight somewhat, a lot more than I thought they would, and they seem to like it going down more than up. I think the fins really actually add more to it than the horns do, but that is a very interesting touch to this one. This one had some bloody amazing flights, actually even earlier today, outside and inside. And I almost kind of killed it outside because there is some slush outside, even though the weather is like 5. So, definitely going to keep maintaining this version of the Banshees. I've expanded it. Goblin's going to, like, I'm still looking at Goblin being the shortest of short rangers, and I understand that it's in the training role now, but we're talking, I'm competing with Diamant for, like, ranging possibilities here, so, it's starting to, like, look like my own little tourney. Speaking of that, how is your tourney doing anyway, Mark? You still working on that at all, or is the deluge going on for so much? I mean, if you have too much rain, you're not going to have your tourney going on, I suppose. You do what you can, man. You do what you can. Oh my God. I might have to start a tourney myself, just like I said. I'm going to have to compete. Diamant's going to have to compete with this version of Banshee. Either that or I'm going to take them a step down and make sure they fulfill both the roles. Because this is like, I don't know about you guys, but this is kind of like my touchier area. Diamant, Banshee, this version anyway, Cirrus, and to a lesser extent, Kestrel, and maybe even Phase 6 are all within like the same range with like very like subtle differences. Basically, if I keep the Nova in its basic guise, it's in there too, but I don't use Nova in its basic guise anymore, so I mean, if I don't use Banshee in its basic guise, I'm kind of taking it out of there, and it's like a different, it's more of a patrol to kind of flight than Cirrus has, so yeah, but well, I thought we were kind of excited for you having that tourney. So, I mean, before we were so rudely interrupted and you were taken off the air for this 2 freaking months, you were in the midst of it. I thought you were, like, trying to fly it. So, but I mean, I understand you get weather, you know, obviously. Diamant, as I pointed out that last show, Diamant has spent its time, like, landing on snowdrift. So, and Banshee, this one, like, you can kind of see a little black on, well, I don't know, can you see a little black on the tips from landing in the sludge? This one's relatively clean. She only did her flying indoors. This one did flying indoors, outdoors, and yeah, she shows wear and tear from that. But, like I said, I kind of enjoy that, and that's the direction I'm taking it in. Oh my God, look, I gave it its own little UHF aerial up there. Sweet. Anyway, that's the IFF, excuse me. So yeah, this is probably going to be a culmination of the Banshee that I keep building. I'll probably refine the strakes that I've developed here, and I haven't decided whether or not this is going to be versus this is going to be, because this one's only been the one that's got the paperclip. This one hasn't, although they can all get the paperclip. So again, like keeping the nose snubbed, kind of like that idea. I kind of like keeping them short, but these are so impressive. I like their look. You're gonna hate me for saying it, but it kind of looks like the damn F-35, and I really don't. Somebody mentioned that. Somebody had mentioned that when I put these on there. I was like, "What does that look a little like? You put a little stealth fighter?" I'm like, "No." I guess it does kind of look like that, but that's not what I'm thinking. I've had Banshee for too long for that. You know, you got to understand that I'm kind of considering you calling wolf on that, right? Because I've heard you say that. Okay, I understand with condos and apartments, it's not so much the deal. But you've had houses. You're in one now. And you still, like, you're getting a real lot. Well, you could have had a real lot. You could still, dude, again, you're like getting ready for the move around New Year's, a move that's not coming till freaking May. Shit should still be hanging up. Why would you be packing stuff up? Man, the last thing that moved out of my other place, matter of fact, the last thing I moved was the line. It was the last thing to come down and when the last load of the truck that came up here. Because I don't take those lightly. Granted, the shoebox ones came, but the line, yeah, because I didn't want it, and nothing to interfere, nothing to smash it, and they practically came on their own. So, I smell brownies. Somebody's baking a cake or brownies. Yeah, well, you know, the adoring public would rather see you online before freaking March. Just saying. You know? Just saying, man. We've got 2 videos in like forever and ever, and he ain't been on a show. What the hell? I mean, look, I got more love from Y13. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, bro. You know I'm just teasing you, right? You know I'm just teasing you. But seriously, you could get on the show. I mean, for real, I don't know what the other part is like. What's going to change? How's it going to be any different there than it's going to be here? You know, like you still be on. But whatever. I'm just, I don't know. We got some things, and I'm kind of liking the look and everything like that. And like I said, it would have been one thing if we were still bogged down with the way the show looked before, and then we started something new. But like we had just gotten it to like, man, we were really cracking some eggs. You know what I mean? The batch, the brew we was making was hot, and now we were curtailed in our prime, so it feels kind of bad. You know. Like we've been through the dogs before. We need to get on. We'll get on. So whatever. So I'm just like I'm putting that there that like the Banshee's looking good. I went through, as you know, off the Facebook page, which is really bad for us, man. We need to be posting up on this, you guys. But I know none of us are really good at Facebooking. But like I mean, we should at least put pictures and designs up in there, especially some paper rockets. But like, I last thing I'm going to put is Banshee Burn, when I weeded out all the older versions, the Type 1s and 2s, and now I got these. And it's like, well, I'm going to have to do it again, but I don't know. As long as they're Type 3s and 4s, I'm going to stick with it. Yeah, I'm going to stick with it. So, I never thought I'd be at a point where I'd be kind of concentrating on my medium-range birds, This was kind of unexpected, but the thing is the more you, obviously, you guys know this, the more you work on whatever plane you work on, it never seems to, like, be cut back. It always takes a step forward, Like, seriously, I mean, you guys find it, like, it's harder to actually scale back the design than it is to push it forward. You start out with a short range, I mean, you're going to get more range out of it, right? It's pretty damn hard. I mean, once you see it, I should put it like that. Once you see it, if you see something that is capable of going the long range, going the extreme distance, you don't typically want to do something to cut it back, make it short range, although it's actually really easy to do. I mean, seriously, even a Phase 3, I could just as easily turn that into a short range plane. I mean, it's any of those that you have, it's super simple. All you really do is like take a scissors and lop half of its length off. Any of them. Seriously. That's all you got to do. You'll still have a plane, but then you're going to have a plane with, like, half the weight up front. KIA, you hearing this? Because, seriously, that's where it comes from. Balancing your weight out and then putting it in the back, So, have you guys gotten anything out of, like, okay, you're building bodies, but, like, and Mark, I know you're kind of dedicating yourself, like, okay, it's probably going to be like, okay, one a day you just build basic builds to bodies, and then you're going to, like, you really might do this one a day tech thing for next year, starting October 1st, 2021. Have you gotten anything new yet then, or is it still just you're building these bodies? I mean, are any of you guys, like, are you working a new tech with your, are you working a new tech with your stuff? Because, like, I'm progressing with these, and again, obviously, well, these are formed, so Diamant, I haven't done anything with, besides that red one that you guys saw that actually has the strakes like this. So I'm really, not only am I working the fins, but I'm working the strake. Yeah, this works out great, by the way, with having fins, vertical fins, where it's at. We all like some tail. Really should put that in there. But like, really, I also really want to get that spider-like bird going. I need to crack open the other one and figure out how if there's anything special to how I built it, or can I just do that with every single plane I have. And I got to cranking also on building that, what we were talking about when we were talking about the cargo birds, building something with, obviously you guys saw the 0-weight fuselage, but I built the twin keel to hold a box. And I swear to God, I thought I brought that box in here. Didn't I bring that box in here? Yes, I did bring that box in here.
Good old staples. Yeah. Like, again, if you've got them, you know they're not... It's not a heavy box. It's some super thin cardboard. And I know, like, OAE... Speaking of which, did you guys see him? I haven't seen him yet. OAE builds the MUPs. And well, like, okay, here's my MUP. I mean, you could expand upon this and have it, like, obviously with some strakes or something, but, and obviously something like, okay, Banshee's not going to carry this. It's almost as big as a Banshee, but. I know, dude. Oh, man, you're right. I totally forgot about that because after you had talked about it, after you and I had mentioned, like, yeah, that tape, man. Seriously, I think I might have to get me some. I'm waiting for you to get it because I want to know how thick it is. Is it like, I mean, I don't care about weight. I just wonder if it's like going to turn into something that's like easier to cut and apply because like I'm sure you're going to tape the hell out of it, right? You usually be the whole tapered plane. I want to put it like on little strips and have it in particular places. I don't think I'm going to use it to tape a nose because, well, okay, I might tape it nose because why the hell not? But I mean anything. NASA's over there was talking about like, okay, he was seeing that like a lot of his planes apparently like it when they're closed together. I mean, and you find that out about your particular birds. I find mine like the Freedom. Okay, so we have that. I mean, everybody has whatever. If you've got blended bodies, obviously that's the way they go as well. I was just thinking in terms of like if it's a tape, an adhesive with the glow. Like they're kind of like granules. It turns out to be a little bit thick, and I'm looking forward to that. That's actually what I'm expecting. So, this would make it like the stuff I was talking about before. Well, obviously I couldn't get tape in here. Huh. But tape, again, when you're talking about something like the MUPs that OAE's got, when you're talking about like a box like this that I'm going to have to form, like you're only talking about carrying whatever the thing can carry, and obviously your bigger planes, the cargo planes, the airlifters we were talking about, are going to hold this. It isn't going to be on a Banshee. It isn't going to be on your smaller birds. Now you guys, Y13, POW, you guys, okay, yeah, with taper and with blended bodies and an actual rounded or ovoid or what shape, it's a shape, with a shaped fuselage, you can either put it inside or you could put this inside as structure. Obviously, it doesn't really... I mean, it's not particularly large. It's only... What is this? An inch and an eighth? It's an inch and an eighth tall, so, like, this side it's an inch and an eighth. It's, How the hell is that possible? Figure's weird. It's almost an inch and... Damn, what is that? No, I mean like it's crazy like the dimensions. Okay, so it's 4 inches long. It's 4 inches and an eighth long. Oh no, wait, I'm sorry. I'll take that back. It's 4¼ inches long, and then so 4¼ inches long, an inch and an eighth this, and then it's if you call that deep, depends on how you see this box. But then it's about an inch and seven. It's almost 7/8. I'm sorry, an inch and 5/8. My bad. It's about an inch and 5/8 this way. So it's going to take a substantial size plane. You're not going to throw it on just everything. Coffee News. Yeah, right. That's what I mean. It's like whatever you're thinking is transports is going to hold this. Is it going to be something like a MUP like OAE has? Its weight, and then his MUPs are way smaller. They're about half this size in all three dimensions. But like yeah, if it's large and it's your transport or your bomber, you're going, it can carry without weight penalty. I'm not going to plop this thing on like a Banshee. I'm not going to plop this thing on a Wyvern, even though a Wyvern could probably handle it too. But Team Triangle, Team Ninja, man, that thing has hybridized itself all the way through. Pretty cool. Like slipping on someone's tea. Anywho, so that's that. I look forward to like getting some more flights out there of these. If these fly the way they are, I'm gonna take them outside though, because like I did today. I mean, you got weather like this, taking them outside to fly is no big deal. So Wait, later this year? Like I said, I thought you could complete the 1-a-day builds, then go to the tech the next year, right? Well, why not start like school year 21? Just because remember we were going to do that. It was going to be school year. Wait, no, I've said that wrong. My bad. School year 22. Because remember we were going to start school year 21 was going to be the 1-a-days, and we delayed it by a month because of goings on. So October 1st. So like I figure September 30th we finish the 1-a-days, and then you could proceed on to the tech on October 1st again? Or do you want to preempt a month and then start your tech? We could go back to the school year 22 and then start on September 1st like we originally planned. I mean, you could still build bodies to end out your 1-a-days for the entire month of September. It's just you can start the tech as well. You already got the bodies. I don't know, but I mean, if you really do complete the move or anything, you could do the tourney like once you get wherever you're getting. I mean, technically you could tourney now, but I don't know how your weather is. I'm gonna have I don't know. We're gonna be buried under some snow, which is really really cool. I started making my Snowzilla. Like I got some feet planned. I got my driveway is walled up because I got the snow brick maker. I'm gonna start forming some bricks so it looks like stone. It's really cool. Because like I said we got about a foot, almost a foot and a half. It's at least a foot and a quarter out there. We're getting more snow over the weekend, and there's more snow in the forecast for the next week. So I'm happy. I haven't had this much snow practically since I've lived here, so it's really cool. It's really cool. Well, yeah, like we were talking about last week. I mean, obviously, winter months are really good for tech because if you're stuck inside, I mean, on days that are like super cold, if you can handle it, it's really good for flight because it's so cold it won't affect them. You know, like they're landing on ice. They're not really going to. The only thing you got to do is just have your can of air ready. You know, as a tech guy, you know. Have your ever-beloved can of air ready. And then hit them damn things once they get back inside to make sure they're clear of snow so they don't melt once they're inside. Unless you just want to test the tech and then be done with the plane, then build it with the tech. That's totally up to you. Sometimes when you have a good flyer that's up for like one of our awards or something like that, you want to keep it, you know, so. I don't know if like I was always wondering if I was going to continue this like having more of these or seeing if I could do more with these like like every time I look at them I think of OAE and it's like okay I have the 1-inch fuselage on Banshees. This one's actually a little bit shorter. You can tell because it's got a slightly broader wingspan. But like that also actually has a direct bearing on how big the fins are. And I keep trying to figure out a way to get them bigger fins, and I'm also like, should I bother? Kind of like the way they are. I'm beginning to enjoy, like, this is the kind of thing, like, you enjoy. Because when you start having planes that look cool enough that you just like, okay, man, those are hot, you know? I mean, I like their looks. They hot. Even Cirrus ain't bad, you know what I mean? Cirrus ain't bad. You know, the horns are cool and shit. But dude, like, okay, yeah, I got some hot little birds, but Mark, I tried to do this for you, kind of leaving this one open, like completely open, and then I was gonna tape it shut and see what it does. But this is like the only Diamant that actually has gotten, and I call these winglets, not anhedrals on this one. They're too small, but it's a test. Probably won't take. I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. We're gonna get them out there, get them flying, see what they do. You know, I said keep a can of air handy. Keep these planes. Hey, look, I didn't fin code these. Gee, folks, I didn't fin code a plane. What the hell is wrong with me? What do you think I should fin code this with? This doesn't take too long. Shit, it's going to take longer. If you remember last week, I turned that one plane. I made that one plane into, like, that's my fin code sheet, which wasn't accurate. It's now accurate. I'm going to have to refine that because I don't know what fin codes I'm going to put on Banshee. Believe this is going to be cool. And yeah, it's going to go on the fins. I'm not putting it elsewhere, because why? I mean, seriously, why? Why would I do that? Oh, by the way, I changed the name of this place. I'm going to stick with Mary. I mean, yeah, Breckenridge might be cooler, but cool or not, I just can't. It doesn't fit, you know? It doesn't fit. I got to stick with this.
Oh, that's right. Banshee is strictly the Litro trainer. Goblin's the closer. Oh. Well, looks like I'm gonna really have to go on my own tourney, like I said I was, because this Type 4 is really like it's won my heart. So between the Furies and the Kestrels and Diamant and Banshee and I could probably extend the range of Goblin's gonna be short. Goblin can only ever be short. Well, hey, you know what? The minute you put codes on him, you had him on the line. You could have coded. I mean, you're building bodies. You can code if you know what they're going to be. Dude, seriously, code them motherfuckers. Okay, admittingly it's a little bit different, but once I date, I mean, like, come on, man. It ain't that hard, man. At least on the rudder. I mean, come on. They don't have to have a tail, but at least on the rudder. Yeah, and finishing up the database. Man, you ain't got much on your plate, do you? I gotta help with the database. I gotta get it ready. They are pretty, aren't they? I mean, like I said, I'm in love with the. I'm in love with like Wyvern looks good, you know? Like, yeah. Team Triangle, Team Ninja. You know, like Wyvern looks good. Diamant looks good. Like, see, this is what gets you. This is what keeps you in it. Like, this is why I need. OAE, come on, man. Hear us out. This is why, like, when you get these pretty planes going, this is what gets you into it. This is like, all right, now I know I gotta fly. I mean, right now, Phase 3 is my most boring looking plane. Flies really good. It's boring as hell. It's like I want all these to work because they just hot. You know, like phases. I just use them when I want to, like, you know, throw it for about 150 yards. That's all they good for. Man, seriously, boy who cried wolf. You said that when you moved here. I mean, I understand you got tired. It's understandable, but it's like, you know, I was after you doing that really cool thing on the show where you showcased the fact that you were like putting up your line and it was an exclusive and everything. I thought really like, hey man, this would turn into something. No. Boy cried wolf. Whatever. I mean, it's okay. I mean, you know, hey, whatever you need to do to be with you, like, hey, you know, it works. It works, bro. So that's all good for you. But I need to pick some colors for this damn thing too. I don't have colors. Well, actually, it's gonna be red because, well, it doesn't have to be red, but I need it to be red. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do my own little tourney and then put these up against Diamant and see how Diamant goes. I'll try to get some film on that. I'm gonna do more for you guys' sake too, because like I know like you kind of get a kick out of the flying in the snow. Not only did I do that, but the black and reds that I brought out. You remember seeing those Diamants? I took those out in the snow at night. I really need that glow in the dark tape. I took those out at night in the dark, and the black one, like, I wouldn't have done it if it was in the summertime, especially with the black one at night. But I figure, like, well, there's snow everywhere. I figure I can take the black one out, no harm, no foul. And the red one, well, yeah, the red one was a little disappointment. You know how, like, we talked about if you're gonna put rudders on there, you need to like make sure they're like perfectly freaking aligned. Well, since I cantered them inside, they were not perfectly aligned, so that plane was, yeah, I had to take those horns off, and then we'll fly it. So. It's not a matter of getting tired of the new homestead. It's just a matter of you've been nomadic for so damn long. It's like, dude, to get tired of it. Shit. You know, I don't. And the truth of the matter is like, it's no real big thing to keep moving. Shit. You know, new bases and shit. I mean, look at you. You're having to close some because, like, well, let's see, I've got 16 bases in Florida. That's a little bit overkill. But you know what I mean. It's like once you got covered, you're covered. It's like you gotta try something new and shit like that. So I mean, hey, if you got bases, you got bases. Get a fleet of invisible planes.
Hey, they've got bodies. I mean, come on now. You can't tease them about invisible if they're not coded. I mean, if you got coded planes, what the hell? Now I'm just loose because like coding these is like, I mean, I guess I could give them the XP code because technically they're still like I'm still testing them, but they are Banshees, which means they'll go to the front line eventually. So I couldn't give them the XP code and live with myself because I know that they're not. Why did I have to have so much separation? It looks wicked from the front like that, but like if you can see it, obviously this one rests perfectly good against the wing, whereas this one comes up. And I don't think it's the fold that causes it. But it's like every time I push that fold in, the other fold comes up. And like, you know how these problems are when you're dealing with these kind of folds. You got like one that fights against the other, so I'm sure they're pushing this down to get this to go down, and the other one's pushing up, you know, and it's like, well, they're not sticking together. So freaking tricky. I could just do like, I pull an OAE and just tape it together. But I don't know if it actually matters to the extent of, does it matter that I put it, you know, like, that it meets? Should I make it meet? I don't know. More testing needs to be done. Understand that this design is only, like, literally 4 days old. We had the first one built the 22nd, and then this one today. And I built a couple other experimental models and a Nova in the past couple days, so yeah, I'll probably burn them. I don't know. Is it? Did you fly it? I didn't see any videos. Did you put videos up on that? I didn't see it. Now you got me curious. Oh. Date week 10 of the freaking week 10. Week 10. You know, like if it was an NFL season, it'd be over. God. I mean, not literally, but close. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to think, like, okay. I noticed there's one, like, did you guys see HPAP line, like their channel? They put up a fast fold, a 50-second plane. Did you notice that? 50-second. I don't know if you thought that was like, I don't know if he was trying to do that because of ours, and say like, no, 15-second, 15. I mean, he's trying to build his actual design, but you know, so whatever. Right, yeah, that's what I thought. You just got the showing video. Is that going in the core too? Like, I mean, because you've been doing some pretty good production over there. Like, I mean, the videos have been showing, like, you got, like, a whole bunch of these, stop it. You got a whole bunch of these newer aircraft, like Stargaze and stuff, and the Dactyl. I was just wondering, like, I mean, if they're coming online or they're still in testing and you haven't actually brought them out yet, so you don't know what they're going to do. Ben is plugging along on his. I noticed those are looking pretty nice too on your end. I don't know if I'm gonna. I can't believe I'm gonna have to keep these encoded for a while. Oh, by the way, like a little bit of news also. There's not going to be like we haven't put forth an exercise schedule yet. I don't know if you guys are like, okay, it's been a while since we've done this. And I kind of want to get back to it, but like we always preempt and put up a schedule for like what days, what part of the year that we want to hold a schedule, and the schedule like the exercises, which are basically just trying to get your planes flown, obviously. But we kind of like we have been saying like it was fun to schedule them, but it's also like so many things like real life and weather get in the way that we stopped doing it, and it's like okay. This flight day, we went out 3 days in a row. We turned this into an exercise because it featured one type of plane. That's cool. We're gonna stick to that. So if you guys actually pop up, like, if there is ever a stretch during the course of the year where you manage to get like 3 days in a row of flight, or like you spent all day flying one plane, maybe you had 5 examples of one plane, to go ahead and call that like
we'll stick to the news of calling that an exercise, because again, it's usually a single type, or it's usually a day-long effort. That's what gets us to call it that particular thing in the first place. So it's more than a sortie. It's like all the planes getting together. Obviously, if we all get together and get a chance to fly, or if any of us get a chance to get together and fly, it's a bigger event. But we do what we can with what we've got. So hey, this worked out. Yeah, beautiful planes, and then I'm sorry, that was completely uncalled for. I beg forgiveness. Still testing. Well, then, see, in your case, coding is unnecessary. You can just put an XP on it.
Technically, I kind of want to put XP on the first one.
It's 22.
Wait. Yeah.
I kind of want to put an XP on this one, and then I would have to wait until put this one, because it's like, well, I know it's going to be accepted.
I don't think the horns are going to be standard,
but I don't know.
I haven't decided yet.
I mean,
I haven't even decided whether or not, like,
these are the first two, like, examples of this particular type, so I don't know if, like,
this 1.5 inch leading edge versus this 1/2 inch leading edge is
which one's going to become standard.
I mean, truthfully speaking, I kind of like the look of that better, but I also think, like, a happy medium, like, if I cut that down to about 1 inch and standardize it at 1 inch, or somewhere around,
somewhere that's not so much of a gray area,
between a 1/2 inch and 1.5 inches. 3/4 of an inch, I think that'd probably ultimately be the best. I'll have to go back and look at all the Type 3s and see. And I gotta discern whether or not these really even are Type 3s versus Type 4s. Actually, I take that back. These are Type 4s. I need to see if these are Type 5s. Banshees are progressing a lot faster than Phases did. And with the paperclip, that's obviously... I think I could probably do it with any Banshee, but chances are I'm not going to fiddle with the Type 1s or 2s anymore. Definitely not Type 2s. Type 2 is barely a Banshee. That was an experiment that failed. It was almost stillborn. I only really built 3 of those, and it was like, nope, this isn't it. So that is a completely random question. Not really, but you mean my weekly job or not the weekend job? Because obviously the weekend job is construction. But like my weekly job, like weekdays, I would probably just consider it straight warehousing. If anything else, usually if I do put it this way, if I do a survey or something like that and they ask me, I usually say warehousing. But then again, also a lot of times I like to actually say that construction is my main job, because it eventually will be. So yeah, man, springtime. Oh, buddy, springtime. I got my shed kit. I got a floor plan so I could expand the walls of the garage. So I got to get some heavy duty framework going on. Bam. Yeah. I got some, like, my garage is cool, but oh hell no. The decking, yeah. That's what I mean. Decking is done on the weekends, and yeah, that's definitely construction. But no, my wire job, the one I do Monday to Friday, no, that's warehousing. We construct wire, which actually is still inaccurate because we don't really make the wire, we just do everything to it. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, definitely construction for that. I mean, dude, it's in my name. Like, my company is, like, I call it construction, so, Oh yeah, speaking of the drive, yeah, I got a drive coming up this weekend. I'll be going down to North Carolina for 4 days. My parents pulled the rug out from underneath me and sold their house, moved into a condo, or something along those lines. So I gotta make a quick run to North Carolina. And no, I ain't visiting nobody because I really don't want to waste my days off on this. This really is a quick run. I'm literally gonna drive down there, get some shit, and get right back up here. I'll take some time off for you guys later, but Like, I'll be just heading to Greensboro, driving all day, probably Saturday, maybe Friday. I doubt it, but drive all day Saturday so I can get there. Since they move and they're getting rid of some stuff, and there's some stuff they're getting rid of that I ain't letting them get rid of, so I gotta go get it, and then I gotta bring it back up here. And then hope to Christ it ain't like big style, because, I mean, there's one thing I'm getting from in particular that's I have to have, and it's big, so, but it's just literally drive all day Saturday, move the shit out Sunday, drive back Monday. I mean, I ain't practically visiting. I'll save up some vacation for that later. I really didn't want to do it this way, but they sold the house. Like I said, totally fucking unexpected. Dude, like, I don't know what they was thinking. They freaking, like, the first they told me of it, it was on the market for 51 days. 51 days. You could have told me like 2 days afterwards. And then they turn around and give me this damn deadline. Like, literally, I need to be up there now because it's like, it's sold. It's sold. They're using estate agents, but they talk with the guy who's buying it. So, like, it's freaking sold. And I'm not going to go into the, like, plethora of reasons why this is kind of, like, damn, for lack of a better term, irritating. Because, like, this house was, I had plans for this house. I had plans on scooting him into an old folks home and, like, retiring on this house. I didn't say that. No, that's not real. But, I mean, the way they were going, I thought that's what was going to happen. And they had talked about it, too. So now all of a sudden it's like, what? You're selling the freaking house? You selling the grand piano? What the fuck? I don't know. Oh, hey, man, how you doing? Thank God you're here. I was hoping you was. Ben, did we lose you? You still there? It's a nice crowd. If KA would pop in here, too. I know he's probably watching, but I'll tell the house goodbye. What? Hey, seriously, if we... I was just wondering, because, like, it's actually... It was cool. Yeah, I had an issue. Every now and again, like, because of the way my desk is set up, I kick the wire, and I haven't replaced I got the crimping tool. I need to replace the connector on the end of my RJ45. So it's loose. So if I hit it wrong, it, like, snaps out. Luckily, I can just, like, literally jiggle it back because my tower's right here. Yeah, it gets annoying. Sorry about that, guys. But I did wire it, so. No, but what I was getting at, though, is like, yeah, we should. It'd be really cool if we could do like a send off. You know, like we could just bring a few, not even a lot, just a few planes. Just go out there and fly like we did. You have to bring Spider. I've got to bring something. Phase 6. I don't know. Yeah, I said I got the stuff. So. Yeah, I mean, like, this is another one of those situations where you're like, okay, it's a place. You might not go back to said place, but you got to get some flights in. It's a good airspace, you know, so I don't really have any place that sucks. I mean, but there are some places, yeah, I mean, when you build bases, when we're in IVPAC, when we build the bases we talk about, I mean, you got to understand there are situations where we honestly don't think we're going to go back ever. But that doesn't mean, like, we're closing. Just means, like, you know. OE, the 560, like, are you finalizing it or something? Or what's the deal with the 560? And hey, Y13, are you building in the background? I'd love to think you're building in the background, because that's what I like to think. Everybody's like, if you get hype for what we're doing, you know, that's what you use the shows for. It usually gets you like, well, we can't fly. I mean, well, actually, I don't know. Maybe where you live, it's daylight. Maybe you can go outside. It's like, oh, dude, that's a cool plane. Let's go fly that. You know, it'd be really cool to take it outside and fly. But I think all of us are in like nighttime mode right now. So, so it's like this show is like, let's build. I really do want to do that. I think one time I'll launch the show and say, like, let's have a build session. You know, everybody just get out a sheet and let's all build together. I'm not saying we take turns, although we should, but, like, I think we should, like, you know, build your plane on the show tonight, and you can send a snap or whatever. KIA is typically at work.
like he works the night shift. He's probably no, he does. He gets off I think at like I don't know if he gets off at 10 or 11. So yeah, that's why he's usually never on here, which is why he's always talking about like, can we switch this night show nights? You know, but we can't cater to everybody, right? Y13. You know, I mean, like seriously, you got a show night, you got to stick to it. So people expect you to be on and be on. So yeah, like yeah, exactly. A Zeta stream or something like that. Yeah, I mean that'd be cool. Or like if you build anything that Ben, seriously, we build anything that you make, it's gonna take days. So we'll have this non-stop 24-hour or 36-hour session of like, okay, get all the shit in your house. Get a straw, get a clothespin, get some pen springs. We're gonna need it all. Get a stapler. Because we're not using staples. We're taking apart the stapler so we can have that long spring in there because we're going to put a little contraption on it. I'm serious. That's what makes yours so cool, bro. You know. Well, we'll probably think of, I mean, we'll think about that. We ought to take, like, some kind of poll, make sure everybody gets, like, you know, hit up. So, like, okay, what's not going to interfere with everything? Like I said, I personally think a weekend sucks because, I mean, I understand there's videos out there for posterity and anybody can redo it and take a look at it. But I know, right? Yeah, see? Yeah. I mean, like, but there's something about doing it on the weekend when I'm pretty sure, like, I don't think anybody's like, yeah, I want to watch a paper airplane stream Saturday night. Fuck no, I'm going to get drunk, bro. Seriously, I don't know, but get some drywall and yeah. 2 panels. Yeah. Hey, did you put that up on video or is that like you're just doing that in the background? Like this sounds to me like something again that we need to be having on the stream, you know, or your stream, not ours, but yours. But again, hey, if you're interested in it, like I'm trying to do it like us and Pow and OAE if he gets a camera, but like seriously, if we do like a some kind of Mark, help me out here, but if we restream so we're all together on this, it'd be really cool to see what you're doing or what we're doing. You think we could 4-grid this window somehow? But, dude, you need to be back, bro. I mean, I could do it, but, you know, you had to get up. If you could get the damn touchscreen controls and shit. Fridays could be doable. I don't really see... But now it's like, okay, now I feel like I don't want to be direct competition with Ben. Ben's got his Friday night stream, you know. Well, actually, his is like an evening stream. He gets it like Ben, when's your start? Like 6, goes on till 7, go to 9, something like that. You always do about 2 hours. So, because I remember asking you, see if you get it started. No, it's like earlier. Because I remember asking, like, I can't get in on it because you started a little bit later than I do. So. Yeah, see, exactly. I mean, this is like the COVID quake. Everybody does this crap now, right? We ought to be able to do something. So, yeah, I think that'd be cool. I mean, hell, if we did it that way, we really could do a viable, like, multi-build. Where we take the turns and build something. That'd be cool. I admit that, like, Robert or Ben, you'll have to start it because I want to make sure that we're not going to end up building something simple like a folder plane, or you're going to build like a blended body. So you want us to cut out something, we need to start with yours. Because if we do it and say like, well, do you take your piece of paper and fold it in half, and we're already like, oh, it's one of those. You know, where you guys like, well, you take a sheet of cardboard and cut it to look like this. Well, you know what you're getting into. You know what I mean? It'll be a totally different build whatsoever. You know, or the Zeta stream as OAE brought up. If we do something that big, it's like. Okay, you go get a piece of your house and cut a 4-foot flying wing. I mean, shit. I don't know where I'm going to get something like that, but... Okay, that's cool. Like I said, I know everybody's kind of like, you know, it'd be exciting. I know it'd be cool for any, like literally, if we did it, nobody's done that. So it'd be really cool for anybody to get out there and see if we all... contributed to a build. I mean, hell, we don't have to contribute. We could just build our own. That would be cool enough. But if we all contributed to a build, like me and Mark have done this together, where, you know, you take the turns and make the plane. Whew, if like the 5, the 6, the 8 of us got together and did that, man, it could turn into something probably totally ridiculous like the Beetle. Remember that shit? Yeah. I'll bring that one out next week too when we get into what we were talking about. What I was like planning on talking about there. Oh, if we do switch the show nights, like I said, I still think there's going to be something on Wednesdays. We might make a sign off kind of thing, like a little 15 to 30 minute blurb. Because I don't want people straying from the Wednesday night. We've established this, This is like going on 2 years, We've really got a hit here. So I don't want to, alienate people from that. And I mean, I like to do my show, which, admittingly, I haven't done in a while. But I like to do it on Friday nights. But that's nights. That's after Y13's show. So, hey, yeah, so... I know, and it is, right. But we knew it might come to this. This is what we were hoping would kind of happen. You have an audience, you have... I mean, I would like to say I'd like to hold it to IVPAC members. Because, our companies and then our planes, we share the same... I mean, see, that's... we share the same ideals, but it's a little step down from paper airplane ideals, you know what I mean? Because we do the organization, although some of us more than others do codes. But you know what I'm saying. It's we're all paper airplane builders, designers and builders. So, I'm not trying to leave, people like Ben out just because, you're not an IVPAC member. But, hey, if we can get more people to join up with that, too, that'd be really cool. That's why I always thought it'd be cooler to just call it an association. But the core sounds better. Besides, like I said, I own, I own the rights. Oh, by the way, that's on my license plate now. IVPAC 1 is on the plate. Booyah! I had to do it, man. I had to do it. If I could get a way to get that design on the plate, I would. So this works for you, Roy? Damn. See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's but again, even if we switched, I wouldn't take away from this night. So, because it's too established now. We've been at it for 2 years. I'm definitely keeping this one here, even if it is only a 15 to 30 minute weekly breakdown. And maybe that's what it'll be. If we have the 1 hour, 2 hour, 12-hour show that turns out to be Saturday nights, Friday nights, whatever the hell, it'd be the primary, but I'll definitely we can take questions, comments, ideas on this show on Wednesdays, and yeah, maybe it'll turn into an hour, and I'm pretty sure you guys will stop in on anyway, but we should keep this one here. IVPAC in general should keep this one here. We may make it so that the weekly show is something different. But in that case, we're gonna have to come up with some new cards because we're making sure it's going to be like wrestling where we have Sunday Nitro and then Saturday night, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Was there a time when wrestling had something on every damn day of the week? Because it felt like it was. I know it was at least 4 days. It's you could never get enough. Anyway. So yeah. But this will be coming down the road. So it's not going to flip tomorrow. Or next week. We'll still be here next week. If someone get out the doghouse, somebody could be in here next week. Even if he has to sneak it, I don't know, man. I really wish you'd come on back so we could because I got some ideas, but I feel like I can't talk to you about them because we can't play with the stream. So, you know what I mean? Although I'm getting some of them out now, but in any case, yeah, if we poll people, kind of polling right now, I'm taking your ideas, Mark, you had brought it up before about saying that it was probably a different night might be better in the future, or you you like Tuesdays, Wednesdays. Is there any other night that works? If there's something shit, again, we're not going to lose this one. So even if this is the only one you can do, it's fine. I'll still be here. We'll still be here. It's a 30-minute show that'll turn into a 2-hour megathon. Because again, see, I'm already past the 1 hour mark, so it's already more. Well, I'm not sweating it. But I was trying. You saw it. I've been trying to keep the show 1 hour episodes with
Oh my God, I haven't ranted about anything this week. What should we rant on? What the hell? You know. You know, that's just some Reddit cats doing that shit. I mean, if you didn't get in on it now, dude, no, the bet, yeah, it's a bit late. Although, you know, I don't think it's going to save them from bankruptcy, even though it should. What they should have been doing is, like, working that GameFly shit. You know, like, if they hadn't bought it, they should have worked it because, again, with COVID, best thing in the world right there, you know. But, hey, whatever. I just remember, like, I was listening to it on Business Watch, and they were talking about that, and they were talking about how, like, you know, that little store that's closing down in strip malls near you. I'm like, really? Because I didn't see that. You know, I thought there was, like, more of them. But, hey, whatever. I mean, seems to me like a store like that in this time of COVID is, like, a godsend. But, hey, what the hell do I know? I'm sitting here playing 8-bit games still, for crying out loud. Any of y'all want to get in a Tecmo tournament, you let me know. We'll play some ball, yo. Or anything else for that matter. See, that's what we were trying to make a Friday night thing. Was like our like variety show, but I mean, what the hell ever. Dude, is it just me or do you find those fool stupid 14-year-olds, let me up that, 16-year-olds, like how many times can you watch the same fucking videos, man? And you know what I'm talking about. There's like dozens upon millions of them damn videos with a stupid little head in the bottom right or bottom left corner with the headphones on, because they invariably have headphones on, showing you in the Mac screen them playing the game. Why? Why is this fucking fascinating? A, I don't need to see a face. I don't want to see a face. You're in the basement. You ugly. That's why you down there. You fucking troll. B, I don't need to see how you play the game. I want to play the game. What kid ever got a game and said, I need to learn from somebody else how to play the game? How did you learn? You played it yourself. I mean, that's like 2 strikes right there. And like, but some odd reason, it's fucking fascinating. And I don't get it. They all look the same. You're all stupid. Why would I watch when I could play? Just shut the fuck up. Most of the time, that's the problem. Is like the talking is what ruins it for me. I understand like how it used to be for us kids that grew up before the days of the stupid shit when we actually had to record. Mark, you know what I'm talking about. We had to record on analog tape because I've got 62 cassette tapes of recordings we made playing neighborhood Tecmo when kids had to actually go into each other's houses and play at one screen. Wow, yeah, it was the dark ages. But yeah, we did that. And it was fun. It was always fun because, like, we played Tecmo. We'd be commentating. You know what I mean? You'd be up there and you'd act like the booth people talking about the game. What made it funny was, after 3 games, if one person was having bad luck, as commentary went, one would keep talking, the other would get quieter and quieter until you just heard a because they threw the controller down at the screen because the team fucking sucked. Yeah, that's what made it funny. Because that always happened. This shit now is just stupid. I mean, how many times can you watch the same type of game being played by the same type of moron with the same type of headphones and the same type of chair with the same little head? Let me play and you shut the hell up. And there's my rant. Thank God. No, I mean, yeah, it's cool when it's somebody you know. Yeah, I watch it somebody I know, but like, dude, just random fuckos really just like, hey, this is funny, watch me throw this banana. Shut the fuck up and go away. I got way into that. My bad. I'm sorry. Anyway, planes. Planes what we're talking about here. We do need to, well, again, Fridays, hello. But Mr. Lockdown over there, I can't get you to come on Wednesdays. That means you think we will go on Fridays. Or whatever day we happen to do, you know, gaming night. But see, we'll be different because I ain't showing my face. You ain't showing your face. Because ain't nobody want to see a face. Why would you want to see a face? Why would you want to see a face? They all look like mice. Alien mice with weird, I mean, anyway. Let's broaden our minds. Alright, I'm sorry. Okay, I had to do that for you, bruh. Had to do that for you. Yeah. Stop that shit. Yeah. Yeah, I know they get all the views because, again, like, the predominance of people on YouTube are 14-year-olds fucking playing something. So, of course, they get views because the kids is too stupid to realize what they do. Like, hey, come on, you've seen them, right? One thing we never do with our channel is like, hey, why don't you hit that subscribe? But, no, fuck that shit. You're either going to or not. Whether I tell you to or not, that makes no difference. So I ain't going to say it. I ain't going to waste my time. And, as you know, hey, they spent all this time making this video, and then they're like, in the first, 5 minutes, like, hit subscribe, thumbs up, whatever, and ring that bell so we always could. No, fuck you, man. No, I ain't doing any of that shit, because I don't need to see you. That's what I'm saying. Like, why are you wasting your time watching when you could be playing? And they all look the same. They all look Sorry, yeah, you're supposed to say ran over. You got a plan? You gonna try? Oh, you gonna try it again? Okay, look, seriously, bro. Try not to let it disappoint you, okay? Because you know how those people are. Man, get back onto YouTube. Get on your channel and put another couple of your how to builds on there. They're gonna be more greatly appreciated people here than there are there, because all it does is serve is to piss you off. I mean, don't get me wrong. Obviously, people appreciate it there. It's just like, damn it, dude. It adds more stress to your life. I mean, granted, it gives you a topic to talk about on our show here, but you know it just pisses you off. All right, Ben, thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate you. You stay safe out there, okay? And we'll look forward to your show this Friday. I'm assuming you're going to put the panels on this show, on that show, so I know what to look forward to. Well, knowing him, that's like, is that, wait. Because he's got it in, he would have it in the sheets. Like, that's not, wait, I'm sorry, that's not the Titan. I wanted to say Titan, I don't know why. But no, because he was working on, what do you mean carbon neutral? The hell? Sometimes I don't know about people, man. Sometimes I think, like, we're just greening stuff to green stuff. How green can electricity be? I mean, it's green if it's solar powered, right? It's green if it's wind powered. It's green if it's... Is it green if it's coal powered? Coal is from the earth. It's about as natural as it gets, right? Or do I sound like one of those bastards like, I want to pollute the earth, but we're going green? I don't know. Well, see, that's what I mean. So you don't want to freaking... Like, you're not trying to be... like winning or something like that. Man, come on, man. Just break. You've like redeveloped your hymen. You are now a YouTube virgin again, because the last video you put out was like, what, 11 years old? Come on, man. Just don't even have to make it common. Just get on here and, make us excited again. You know what I mean? What the hell? Oh, it's loading. Okay. I was about to say, why did half of them disappear? Well, if he's talking about the 560, he's probably... Are you talking about the Zeta, or are you talking about the Neo Vulcan? Because I'm sure that was the one, like, he was referring to, right? Are you talking about... Because he was referring to this before. So... Right, okay, yeah. You remember that one from back then? Yeah, it's having a problem. I'm also thinking about how it's derived from the Neo Vulcan. I knew this. Not for export. This is for you, right? Oh, you said a prototype fighter, like a straight up fighter? Like, are you like interceptor, controller, patroller? Because you have a tendency to build multi-roles, so I didn't know if like you literally mean like this is going to be a fighter, or, yes, I'm showcasing them. I'm in love with these birds, man.
I love the way like OE puts that it's like it's more complex, so it's going to be it's got a better chance of being an export. Normally it's the stripped down versions. And I understand like you did say like okay, it's got shorter range, so in essence that makes it a stripped down version. But I was funny like, it's more complex. So it's like, man, if you're exporting something, do you really want it to be like a complex full? I mean, obviously you probably don't want to do it. I mean, let's face it, we're kind of trying to simplify stuff. I say it as I've got like Type 4 going on here. Like this is a far cry from what Banshee used to be. So this is a more complex version with longer range. Not exactly what I'm needing, but and again, you guys' terminology of exports versus mine is a little bit different, seriously, because like again, if you're throwing it out there so people can get it out there to fold, it's exportable. But I don't know. Hey, however you want to play it. I mean, I can say again, if I put it out there, like I've gotten, I think, I don't know what y'all think. Should I put Diamond up there to my next how to build? A Banshee or a Nova? Because I think it should be one of the three. I've had requests for Nova. Could put Kestrel up there too, but I don't know. I just got done putting. I mean, my latest one was Hagatakas, so. Man, I need to put more content on my channel. I know. See, I'm an ass. I said I was going to, and I ain't done it yet. Well, basically, because once I found out that I didn't have all those freaking videos on there, I was so disappointed. I swear to God, I took more videos than that, and I didn't find much. So that's really disappointing. So how did you? You got like a what do you got like an in with foldable flight or something like that? That's not. He's not like one of your alter egos, is he? I just wonder because like you talk about how it's going on there, and I'm like, okay, well, how is it going on there? Why are you putting it on there? So. It was kind of a stripped down version, if I remember correctly. So yeah, you're right. Like those are the ones. No, he's always worked like. Look, you got to admit he probably if you put all the complex shit that he puts in those birds, like you probably wouldn't want to toss it around at a rubber band launch either. I mean, he's probably like, come on, seriously, he's probably skeptical about throwing it with his hand. I mean, like everything, like man, if I throw it too hard and then it crash lands, all that internal shit that I spent me like the last 3 weeks building is just gonna like crumble up. You know what I mean? Seriously, I'd be nervous too. Although, again, I mean, I see the potential for like that rubber band launch, though. I mean, man, it would keep you in flying for so much longer and be so much easier. And again, dude, have you seen the videos? Like, there are some out there, from the Orient that there's a 2-man team. I recently saw this one. It popped up in IVPAC's feed, our feed here on the channel. If you guys looked at it, I think it's from last Thursday. I'm not sure, but it popped up in our feed, and it's like they build the plane, and it's a 2-man operation because they have like one of those long ass rubber bands. One dude pulls it back, one dude holds the stick, and they launch it, and it goes like forever. Because, like, let's face it, it's like a 12-foot rubber band. Seriously. I mean, and you cannot deny the flights you're going to get out of something like that no matter what you put out there. So, I mean, no, I think rubber band launching is a hell of a way. It's like anybody can do it as long as you can pull it away. You can get a 2-man team involved. And, again, it's like saves on any repetitive throwing action or whatever. Like it keeps you in the game for a longer period of time. So, I think that's cool.
How many do you have? Didn't you show me a picture? Oh, yeah, you showed me a picture, like, how many you've got. Like, pal, you've got a whole bunch. And then you showed me, like, the boxes you've got or whatever. But, like, I mean, like, I swear to God, OAE, I thought you sent, like, a picture or something. Well, I mean, okay, I looked at, like, when you had the Omni Wing, the Zeta was on there. I remember seeing, like, you had a couple parked off here, and you had a couple parked off here. So I knew there was quite a few planes there. But, like, I don't know if I'd seen a picture or maybe I dreamt it or something. Like, but do you have, like, a few sitting around right now? Like, you got, like, a pile. You know, like, we've got piles, or is it... Well, I don't have piles, but, I mean, I got piles. And see, that's another thing. Certain planes are way better at that too than others. I mean, again, I look forward to like throwing javelins, launching javelins with it. Banshee, not so much, but I'm gonna give it a try. I mean, like you see how flimsy that is. I imagine the rubber band launch might shear those right the hell off. Granted, if I ever decide to taper the hell out of a Banshee, man, I don't even know. Wouldn't it be cool if I could flatten this out? Lifting body or blended body. I keep meaning to say that. I keep saying lifting body, and I mean blended body, even though it's a little bit of both, but it's a blended body design. Wouldn't it be cool if I could flatten this out and make this kind of ovoid, give it like the blended body look, and then taper the shit out of it, and then fly it? Yeah. Yeah. The piles had better be a new tech. But I wonder because, like, we've showed our piles on screen before. Mark, you show yours off. I mean, like, you always got a pile sitting there. And I got a pile right now. There's a right off screen over here. There's a pile. So, I mean, I usually have, my God, that's like the first time I've ever done that. Usually during the show, I don't like screwing up with the camera view, but you had to see it. So, I've always got a pile, and I've got the line back behind me too. I'd show. I'd take a tour. I'll give you a tour of the place one time during these shows, so you kind of get an idea. But there, here. Okay, the weird thing though, I got to question that. Like, okay, if the prototypes are meant for export, okay, well, maybe I'm going about this wrong. The statement of the declaration of the question would be more like, every plane starts as a prototype. I mean, even if you have a newer version of Vulcan, it's still a prototype. And Vulcan was a prototype. So, to say most of the prototypes are meant for export, do you bypass the prototype stage? Are you saying like you just go, or then is there something you do to them that make them different? That means like, okay, this one's being allocated for export versus the others. Because like, I mean, I'd start them out like these two are prototypes because they're the only two of their kind right now. I've never built them like this before, paperclip or not. It's still the first of its kind. And then, like, is this going to continuously be a thing with them? I don't know. Mark, you'll love this. I put, like, 3 staples in the newest Nova. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with that one at all. 3. But you know better than that, too. He's like, you know that, like, Nova is so, like, it's weight intensive. If you don't keep that weight up there, you shift the center of gravity back, and then all of a sudden it becomes a totally different plane that you kind of get pissed off at. Because I've gotten pissed off at it before. I mean, these in themselves, like, I got to play with this. Because, like, I do like the tail fin that they've got, but I've never changed it. I've never altered it, and I kind of would like to alter it. I don't know how. Whatever I do is, like, okay, besides what I was telling you about where, like, OAE style, these have about a 1-inch fuselage. Well, this one does. This one doesn't. This one's a little bit less. But that's one of the only ways to make this fin bigger. Because they get it directly from the fuselage popping up. So, I mean, I can't enlarge them that way. That just makes them look stupid unless I trim from the back. You know what I mean? So, I haven't... I don't know. I just haven't figured out exactly how I want to integrate it. I like the what I call the butterfly style, where there's a little bit of a slant and then the flat edge back there. This has gotten to be the style of favor, because a constant slant, not so cool. Constant straight, not so cool. This is like where I've ended up. So I don't know. I've got a little bit more playing to do with that. Are you trying to replace any of yours though, right? Are you trying to, or I mean, you got your roles pretty much filled, so it's not a matter of how you're gonna use like one or the other. It's just like again, I'm sorry, I'm getting hung up on that because I'm thinking, but if you got the roles filled, so you're just like, you would like exchange one for the other or whatnot. So I know, but see, man, come on now. The lockdown wasn't supposed to be in the room because you're supposed to have an on-air thing, which again was supposed to make it okay. This is why it made me frustrated with this. It's like, nothing's going to change. It's just where it's going to be. You know what I mean? Like, you should have been back 8 weeks ago. That's the only thing that really irked me about it, is because I couldn't see past what was the holdup. Like, it shouldn't be coming in the room when you have on. That's the whole point. If you're going to be in this future place, it's going to be a separate facility. What the hell? Then treat the room like that now and get the hell back out of the way. You know what I mean? That's what I was looking at. It's like nothing is going to change like that. There's no difference between now and then, other than the fact it's going to be a different physical entity. So in other words, if you would just stick to your guns and stay the hell out while we're doing it right now, we could be doing the show. Yeah, but again, on air, you close the door, you're out of sight, you're out of mind. Put a chair in front of that motherfucker. Just like I said, so we got at least another 2 months of this crap, at least. We really should be the fuck back on. That's what I'm saying. Ugh! You don't understand what it's doing to me, man, over here. Seriously. I tease you about it because I can, but like in the back of my mind, what hair I have left, I'm pulling out. That's a joke. But I hate hair. So I'm trying to pull that shit out because I'm going like, there's no fucking difference. Just get the fuck back on. Ugh! Yeah, I know. Yeah, you know and I know. Well, mine doesn't care. Mine will build some. I've got, that's what Silk is. My girl has her own company, Silk. She builds planes. She's the K division. See what I did there? K division of SIL. She builds planes. So, I mean, dude, she don't mess with them. She's never messed with them. She's helped me storm. She helps me put up the lines because the girl can tie knots and I can't tie knots for shit. Essentially, she built my boxes because she's the one that strung the line up. I mean, I can tie. She just ties better than I can. Plus, like, a couple of them have the slip knots, so I can increase the pressure on them. Yeah, she did that. But the point is, that should be the issue. I mean, again, dude, mincing words with her. I mean, for real. Like, she was like the golden BB. You know what I mean? She happened to come in the one time, like we ever did this before. This isn't even part of any future plans. But you know what I'm talking about, Mark. She came in that one time. The only time that has ever happened. I have no plan. I mean, it was on a lark. I just did it to fuck around. And lo and behold, now we're in this mess. When we shouldn't be in this mess. Ugh. Oh yeah, she's really good about it. Yeah, seriously. Oh, hey, you got yourself a girl. If you do, I hope she doesn't mind. Like, me, Mark, and Robert here are like contending with the different ends of the spectrum. I mean, seriously, we are contending with the different ends of the spectrum. It's like somebody's got to be the balance, you know. It was a 15-second mess.
I mean, why did she even come in that time? Like, did she know? That's what I mean. Like, you know what? Something tells me in the back of my mind, I still think she was watching the show. That's how she knew. Well, actually, we weren't on the show. But how the hell did she know? Because she's pop in there. Why did she just pop in there? Why then? Why now? The one time, I mean, God. We live that moment over and over, and you understand exactly why I keep getting frustrated with it. It's like, we ain't doing it again. We don't do it every week. That was the only freaking time. And again, even if that was the case, what does she think's going to change? That's what I'm saying. If she thinks, if in her mind that's what she thinks happens all the time, like, okay, if she okays it for when you move and you got your own, it's still going to happen. I mean, the caveat here is it's not. That's not the point. My point is, like, out of sight, out of mind. Don't come in, you don't see it. That's it. And again, you should have put it through her as like, this doesn't happen every time. This happened the one time. I understand she might not believe that, but it's like, we don't do this on a regular basis. We don't do this at all. This is the one time we did it. You know, it's... Tell her to watch this, though, so she can understand. Because, like, seriously, it's like, dude, okay, we've been through the ice ages. Can we get back to regular fucking programming now? Oh. And that one, did you mention that before? Did we doing Sky Warrior? Because I thought, like, maybe you were talking about that. And that's like, I might be mistaken. I might be, that would be something like, that's something like, I kind of thought you left that one by the wayside, and kind of like, that would be exciting to see if you like take that one a little bit step further. Sky Warrior carry him ups, yes? Yeah, I know, and it got you frustrated, got us that again, you know, same thing. It's like, dude, the whole reason I got this place, with this room, with this house, in this house, was so when I close the door, I'm on air, don't disturb me. Right? Now, I mean, I know that's what you did. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, okay, the door is closed, but you came in there. What the fuck? The fuck? And I can't believe we're froze out for like 10 weeks. It'll be another 10 before anything happens. You know what I mean? I know you know what I mean, bro. I know you know what I mean. Okay, so see, yeah, that's what I thought. No, that's exactly what I thought. And that's why I was saying, like, okay, so, like, okay, Sky Warrior, and like with you, you know, you always expect, like, I mean, looking back through your families of aircraft, usually you have variants of the said families. So to leave that one where you did was like unusual for you. Normally it's like, oh, let's expand on it. I mean, seriously, you do have one-offs. Pancake. I'm going to bring it up again, but it's a good example. It's not like you have the Super Pancake, the Omni Pancake, the Turbo Pancake. You know, you just have Pancake and you stop. So in your history, it's unusual for you to not have families. That's what I'm saying. Sky Warrior is one of those. It's like, it almost feels stillborn. That's fine. I mean, I was hoping you'd be able to do something like that. You know, because you've seen the way I've been doing it. So, like, I was hoping, like, maybe you pop on so everybody knows you're alive and shit. Or whatever, you know. I mean, yeah. We would have to test it, because I obviously set it up so it is the way it is, you know what I mean? But, I know you have the setup too, so either way, however we do it, it doesn't matter. If you can, you can. Whatever. Just get people prepped for the different weeks and shit. You know, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that when I was going through my line, and I'm thinking about like how I'm gonna weed these out, because I have that plan myself. I gotta weed these out, and like I was just thinking, like, again, like what Mark likes to do is start fresh, which is dangerous for me of all people. But I'm thinking, like, I'm literally thinking about like all these new ones I'm building, get some airframes in there, and except for some classics, I can fly the oldies. Probably just like, unless it's 5 years or newer, it's going away.
Palace Pad, something like that, outright destroyed. Because I need to gain some space back. I mean, I've talked a good game for like 5 fucking years. I'm still in 4 boxes that I shouldn't be in at all. And then I'm in all 8 of my shoe boxes. Or, wait, no, it's 6 boxes. No, it's 8 if you count the 2 I brought home from work. I built so many fucking planes at work I had to bring them home in a box. And I gotta stop that shit. Seriously. If I build them there, I need to be putting them up on the wall, on the, what's that thing called? A line. That's a line. So Warrior is the family name? Sky Warrior, Thunder Warrior? See, you got to help us out with that one too. Then I make sure that you identify the families. I want you to, like, if you could do that, the aircraft sheet, make yourself a little tab, or make yourself a sheet, because I did it with mine. It's kind of like me and Mark's inventory sheet. So make your own sheet. And see if you could do, like, can you break it down so that you have, like, your families in there? I mean, your inventory sheet could be ridiculous in a way that you could have, like, a shit ton of lines all the way down, even though they might have 1 or 2 examples. Because you see me and Mark, it's only, like, this wide, but then the lines go down forever. You know? Like, yours might only have 5 examples, but yours goes all the way across. So that way you can see, like, this is the Warrior family, this is the Vulcan family, this is the well, if Zeta is the family. See, that's what I mean. I don't know. So you can do that. Did you get my cameras, Pat? Did you said you got mine, right? Wonder if I could set up like a 360-degree bubble here if you gave me those. Well, flip cameras. I haven't actually flipped cameras on this before. Yeah, I thought about that. Yeah. I'm going to have to test that one of these days, too. I'm going to flip cameras. Okay, so, not really. But see, again, that's why I kind of need that sheet. It'd be neat to see the sheet and to break up and see, like, okay, so if Warrior wasn't, you know, I mean, if you can, hey, you know what would be really cool is if you did, like, a graph flowchart. So you can see how it expands. You ever seen those cool flowcharts they do of the J10? That's the Chinese variant of the flanker. Like, it starts at the flanker, but then it's like, which color radome was it? And does it have tandem seats or single seats and stuff like that? And it breaks down so you can identify. It helps us identify us, like, I mean, like aviation people. I can't tell which one it is I'm looking at until I know. Does it have an extended tail boom? Are the fins triangularized or rounded? You know, stuff like that. And we can identify. There's a J10, J11, AB. That's a Su-34, Su-37, blah, blah, blah. So that's what I mean is like you kind of need that with that. It's like, okay, it's not a Warrior, but it's an offshoot of the Warrior. So anything else you got that I should know about that would like come in handy or something like that? Like a freaking micro SATA cable? I really need to tear this thing up and take it apart so I can have my freaking disk drive back. I need to, so I can like identify what it is and then order the freaking cable so I can have my disk drive back. Because again, I'm not getting power to it because it's like a micro SATA or whatever the hell it is. It provides power. It doesn't have power because it doesn't connect to my power supply because I put in a bigger power supply because blah, and now it sucks. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's the tower. If I'd have left the power supply that came with the tower, the disk drive would work. But I wanted my, you know, more expansive power supply in there, and it doesn't have the micro SATA the new tower did. So the tower's newer than the power supply, by not by much. Whatever, that's getting off to here and there. Anyway, guys, good show. I want to wrap this up because I don't want to like extend this too far. I'm glad you guys came out. Thanks for making the show what it is. Hopefully we'll have something a little bit new and improved for you next week. I do have a couple ideas, but there was stuff I wanted to talk about that I've already planned for next week's show. But again, thanks all you guys for stopping out. Powell, Y13, OAE, NASA's, pleasure to you always. Hope you guys are watching KIA. A couple of you others out there.
be on the lookout. We're going to keep the channel like this. Like I said, even if we change, we'll keep the channel like this. There will be other shows, so but we will keep you updated as events evolve. But in the meantime, again, thanks for coming out. It was a good show, ladies and gents, and we'll see you. Stay safe. But in the meantime,